Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. And the first news this week has been more informations on the Hungry Loop unique ring. So this ring was pretty weird the first time we saw it. It was revealed last week, although I didn't actually talk about it because it wasn't really clear how it worked. And it says it consumes socket support gems when they reach maximum level, and can consume up to 4 support gems, at least this variation. Maybe there's a variation which consumes more or less for that matter. And what happens when the Hungry Loop consumes them? It pretty much gain the gem and supports the gem you can put into the ring with the gem it actually ate. So basically you take a gem and you either level it in it, or you just put a level 19 gem ready to level up into the ring, and when it levels up, the ring eats it. And for example, this ring ate level 20 greater multiple projectiles, level 20 minion and totem elemental resistance, and the other 2 as well. And now if you put a gem in it, it will be supported by all of those skills. So you need to be really careful with the skills that you actually put in it, because that will determine what you can do with the gem that you put into the socket afterwards. I mean, the ring is really interesting, it's definitely really strong, and it's definitely for those people who have the time to level more gems, although maybe anyone can actually do that just by buying an almost ready to level 19 gems. But we'll see how that goes. Definitely an interesting ring, and definitely interesting unique, which opens up to possibly a new mechanic for the game. And we also got the informations about Shakari, which is the new boss fight, which will appear in Act 9 and definitely a lot more into maps, which is this giant scorpion lady fused thing. And the fight is really good, looks really good from the video, which is here. I'm not gonna show it because some of you might actually not want spoilers on how the fight works. Even though you know the monster, you don't know the mechanics, and some people actually enjoy exploring and understanding new mechanics and actually completing boss fights. I'm sure a lot of players will just steamroll through it. Although, I mean, it's a pretty nice fight, so if you're interested, just check the link I'll put in the description below, which will lead you to the video. Otherwise, just wait for the release, because it's pretty much around the corner. It's on the 8th of December, and we're almost there already. Also, GGG kind of made a little changes to 2 skills, especially because Desecrate, which is and has always been the only skill that will actually create corpses. It's now not the only skill, because there is the new Unearth skill gem. However, the differences are the fact that Desecrate can create up to 3 corpses, or actually creates always 3 corpses at a time, and it's still the only skill that creates corpses based on the monsters that are actually into a specific map. So Desecrate will still be really important. Also, it will have its cooldown shortened from 5 to 3 seconds, so it will be a bit better to use if you're using it, for example, for detonating deaths. And as you can see, detonating deaths now has a very new cool animation, which should also scale hopefully with the area. And the area itself of the spell also scales. Other than that, the skill has had some mechanical changes. So the explosion has been split into 2 parts. There is one part which is corpse based, so it basically pretty much it is calculated on the HP of the corpse and deals unreflectable secondary damage. And then there is another part which is fire damage, and as a base, so it can grow. It grows with the gem, and you can probably just increase it with anything else that is fire related or maybe spell related. We'll have to see how that actually works. And last but still pretty important is how the Abyss League works. And as you can see from the GIF, there are cracks into the ground sometimes when you walk into a map, and if you follow the cracks, a lot of monsters will appear, and there, the faster you are to kill them and to clean everything else, the better. So cracks might just split from the first big crack, and go all around, and then you follow them again and you kill more monsters, and you have a chance of actually getting some rewards. Also, sometimes there are pits which may offer the access to the abyssal depth below, so that is kind of an alternate map, I think. I'm not sure how that works yet. However, when you are exploring this abyssal depth, if you are in a high level area, you might have a chance of an encounter with a Lich boss, and I'm sure these are really cool encounters, hopefully really weird, although they say it's going to be quite rare. Hopefully it's not a Chayula level of rare, because that will be way too rare, but they say they are very rewarding. There are two types of uniques coming from the Abyss. One are abyssal jewels, which as you can see are really different from normal jewels, but the very big difference is the fact that you can socket them into abyssal sockets, and those sockets are not on your passive skill tree but are on items. So for example, this Stygian Vice belt has one abyssal socket, and this is a white belt, so you can have mods on it. And also with the new uniques coming from the Abyss, besides being extremely interesting, for example these boots which trigger level 20 Death Walk, we still don't know what that is, but still opening up for some very interesting builds. Just think about the Haberoth Hooves and what they can do, so we'll see how that goes. But the point is that any or every unique coming from the Abyss will have at least one abyssal socket, so you can have up to probably 6 abyssal sockets into one of your unique items, and that is going to be crazy for some type of build. So if you have a one skill only build and everything else doesn't matter, you can definitely equip yourself to be fully geared with a lot of jewels like this, increasing your damage or increasing your defensive by a lot, and that is definitely going to be really interesting, opening up to a lot of different builds. And well, expect the build of the week return again for next season, because there's definitely a lot of possibilities for new builds there, which is incredible considering how long Path of Exile has been running, and the fact that players do like 20 builds per league, while only 1 to 2 gem average come out per league. So that's really crazy. But still, the Abyss League of course will have 40 challenges, and again as usual there are going to be microtransactions at the 12th, the 24th and the 36th challenges. Also, you will have your totem pole starting from the 19th challenge. And well, just a last reminder, again, the expansion is coming on December 8th, which is right around the corner. It's like 2 weeks or even less than that, so hopefully that will be a very good expansion, although I'm sure it is, but I mean, we'll hope that this new league can be as great as Breach, and well, as fun as well. Although some players definitely didn't like it, it was absolutely one of the most, if not the most successful league for GGG, so I can see why they're following the format here, and well, that's just gonna be great. So that was all for this week. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.